Come on, you got to give me at least a thumbs up on the timing. Come on, the timing was impeccable.
Right. Robert, do you see me?
Okay, there we go. Outstanding.
Roger. Hopefully the audio is okay. This is November 3, Oscar, X-ray Oscar.
The audio is outstanding. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. Because it is 7:30, so it is time, ladies and gentlemen. CQ, CQ, CQ. This is the South Florida Latin Amateur Radio Club Net for November 14, 2024. This is W4THM. You're not in control. All traffic should go through the net. This is a directed net. If you have any emergency traffic, please call 911. Now, we can take check-ins via Zello. YouTube is up. If you wish to check out the YouTube, just look for N3OXO, November 3 Oscar X-ray Oscar, N3OXO. Look for his stream, click on live, and bam, there you are. The chat is working. And in fact, if you're listening to us now and you normally don't go to YouTube, you might want to get on there and check it out anyways. There's a little map of some of the Meshtastic stuff that we've been talking about. That's on there. We'll be taking check-ins via YouTube, via RF, and via Zello. Let me let this drop a second. All right, so I got a little update on some of what I've learned about Meshtastic that I'll cut loose in a minute. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and take check-ins. So the guy there in the camera, you, sir, with the glasses, yes. You're the first check-in on The Price is Right.
Thank you so much. November 3, Oscar, X-ray Oscar. Failed to escape and set this up for today before I go back to my regular duties. Nothing new. Just glad to be here. I changed my desk around a little bit, trying to make it, a little more neater and organized. But you know how it is. It's always a work in progress. But that's all I have for this week. We're 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving. Incredible. Back to net control.
Yes, sir. And speaking of Thanksgiving, November 30th, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., Palms West Amateur Radio Club is having a hamfest. It's $5 to get in. I never been there. I never checked it out. I may just take the ride. It's Saturday, November 30th. Ham radio, electronics, and computer flea market. All right. So, I don't know. Looks cool. Let's see what the weather says. But I may just go check that out, So, If there's anybody else thinking of going, let us know when you do your check-in here on the net. All right, and going back to the net, I see Oscar there, AG4JH. Go ahead.
Oye, QSL, um, Robert 73 for everybody that's in the net now. No, nothing to a point, no selling, no buying, but just to get involved in the radio here with the guys. So it sound interesting over there, go over there, but I don't know, the weekend for me are a little bit busy, but who knows? Maybe got some times and we meet over there, man. So 7-3, everybody, thanks for letting me in, and I'm here listening. Back to you, Robert, AG4JH.
Yeah, keep me posted, 55, maybe, well, I know you work on Saturday, but, maybe it might be one of those deals where I drive by and pick you up and we keep going, who knows? I would like to go. Let's see what the finances are going to be like. All right, going back to the check-ins, Fruto, KJ4ZMI, are you there? ¿Y cómo está la cosa en Homestead? Oh, lo quedamos disfrutados. All right, we'll come back to Mr. Fruto. Next up, Bullet, KJ4SWP, are you there? Yeah, I think this year at Winter Field Day we're going to present some awards, and Bullet's going to get the Fumao Award. It's a little baggie full of smoke because he's always on the list, but he's never there. All right, going on down the list, Arenza, our correspondent in Alaska. What's going on over there, man? Are you freezing your stuff off yet?
Hey everybody, it's Lorenza, KK4RYG. I'm here in Alaska. Temperature is like 17 degrees Fahrenheit, and yes, I was freezing my tootie off. I'm back inside now. I had to stop early. So I'm doing some cleanup here at the house, setting up some equipment that will be later used for amateur radio stuff. Just having a blast. Looking forward to being in Florida soon. I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to be there the first or second week of December, or if it's going to be closer towards Christmas. Either way, you guys will hear from me or see me in person, because I ain't going to go all the way to Florida without going down to Miami, Fort Lauderdale area. Other than that, it's same old. Getting ready to put together some type of fundraising effort for our club, and that's pretty much it. That's where my mind is set. Oh, and I got to study for my extra exam. I stopped studying for it. Shame on me. So, yeah, voy a estudiar mi última exam. Back to you. This is KK4 RYG escuchando a todos.
Man, 17 degrees. Holy crap. All right. Yeah, and if you're going to get that extra, man, might as well take advantage of the fact that your brain's already full of similar information and study for the General Radio Operator License, the GROL. because that looks great on a resume. Talk to Doc about that. He knows all about that. All right, good hearing you, man. Let me go on down the list here. And speaking of Doc, well, there he is. KC4 DOC. What's up, man? What's going on in Naples?
I'm playing with the irrigation pump at the moment, so can I go on a rotation and come back a little bit later in the rotation?
Okay, well, just don't put anything in the big hole in the center. It would be bad times. Okay, so I guess your significant other is probably holding something for you, so we'll come back to her. And let's see if we get lucky here, because Pedrito's been a mystery. Nobody's heard from Pedrito. I texted him. I'm like, hey, are you alive? He sends me an emoji of a happy face. Doesn't say anything. We don't even know if he exists. Pedrito, ¿estás vivo? Oh boy, we're gonna have to do a knock and talk on Pedrito, see if he's alive, man. Well, I give these folks an opportunity to wake up. Uh, we've been talking about Meshtastic, and on the YouTube page there is the Meshtastic map of what's going on. So Meshtastic is a way of setting up a network that is independent of the infrastructure of like AT&T, Comcast, and all of those big companies. So you have these little 900 megahertz devices here in the U.S. There are other frequencies, but in the U.S. predominantly it's 900 megahertz. You have these little devices that act as wireless repeaters of sorts for data, and they talk to each other. It's kind of a similar in a way to APRS, in that you have digital repeating, you have different stations that are repeating signals, you have trackers, but this is all done with much more advanced hardware and it's much tinier. Now, the power levels are also lower, but as a ham, you can pump it up if you want to. So I've been looking into this. I know Ryan's going to be getting into it. CLT's already got one coming. Um, I got a high gain antenna coming. I already got the panel. I got the battery. I was doing research on a board. I finally found a board that I like about 2 days ago. So the boards to these little devices, it's like the size of a beeper from back in the day. And the way they work is they talk to each other via, here in the US, via 900 digital. And then it can be connected to your Wi-Fi to act as a gateway so that messages on the mesh network can get to the internet if they need to. But that's not exactly necessary. And they also have Bluetooth, which is how they communicate to your phone. They allow one connection at a time, and it is strictly for sending text messages, email, text messages. So this has gotten very popular with like the survival type folks, the preppers and so forth. And if you go on Meshtastic and look up the Meshtastic map, mesh map, you can see the nodes that are all over the place. I know the South Day GMRS Club has been messing with this. Let me let this drop a second. So the South Day GMRS Club has been messing with this, and they decided that they're going to encrypt because they don't want to play with other people. Well, here's what I found out about it, though. The units themselves have 3 operating modes. Even if you're encrypted, they will still relay other people's traffic, which is nice because that's how it should be. If you're setting up a network of this type, the more nodes on the air, the better. So you can still have your little group that's encrypted, but it is still relaying traffic for other people to get from point A to point B. Now, there is a mode that they can be set to that disables that. And I don't know if the Soft A GMRS Club did that. I hope they didn't, because that'd be a real dick move. I got to find out if they did that or if they are just using their own encrypted thing in their group, but they are still relaying traffic for everybody else, because it doesn't cost you anything to do that. So we got to find out more about that. Now, as hams, we're not allowed to use encryption. So if you're going to run one of these things with encryption, you have to legally run it at a lower power level. If you're going to run the encryption, you're supposed to run at the lower power level. If not, you got to put it on ham mode. Are people actually doing that? Well, I'll let you figure that one out. And I got some land for sale in the Everglades. So it's possible that the stuff that they're doing is relaying other people's traffic, which would be nice. We'll see. But on the map there, you see there are nodes scattered around. And if you have something that's up in the air, you can actually get some very surprising range out of these. They will try to send a message multiple times before they give up. However, if you get the better boards, they have RAM, and it'll do a store and forward. And it will actually hold on to the message until it establishes a connection somewhere and send the message and make sure it gets to the next destination. There's some pretty cool stuff about it. You could read up about it on the Meshtastic webpage. If you go to the actual detailed nitty-gritty of how it works. It is very cool. Whoever's texting me, you're going to have to wait. So it's worth checking out. What are you going to spend on it? You could buy the bare bones board, the lowest board with a little antenna on it, and install the firmware from Meshtastic for about $25. From there, it goes up. They actually have units that look like little terminals with keyboards in them and everything, and you're going to spend do you need to go that far? No. You could use that $25 unit and get your feet wet. The one that I'm going with has the built-in GPS, built-in memory. It uses a 18650 battery, and it has a built-in charging circuit. It's got Bluetooth Low Energy. It's got Wi-Fi. It's got a screen, and it's like $55. It doesn't have an enclosure. It has the antenna connectors too, which is very important, so you could hook up to an external antenna. So a unit like that, you can set it up with a solar panel to charge the 18650, and the thing is totally self-sufficient. You don't have to do squat, other than put it in a box and get it up in the air. So that's the unit that I'm going to be going with. So I just wanted to bring everybody up to speed on what's going on with the mesh thing. It sounds very cool. If we could actually get more people on board, more of these networks up, it would actually be a viable way of doing emergency communication. And they do use these for other purposes, like there are, for example, trackers that work on the mesh network. So think same idea as an AirTag, but with more infrastructure behind it, and not having to worry about running across somebody with an iPhone. So they do have different applications for it. All right, so let me see if Doc and company are available. Are you guys there?
Good evening, Net Control. This is KX4FUN. Yeah, that sounds really interesting. If you could send some info, I would like to look into that. Doc is still, I don't know what he's doing. I've been available the entire time. I'm just cooking, and he's on his own. Waving a hand at you. Nothing here. She stays away. Back to you, Net Control. It's KX4FUN.
Oh yeah, we got a hurricane out there. That's true. I don't think it's going to affect us any. I'm pulling it up right now. So while I pull it up, oh there it is. So yeah, that's kind of far. I don't think we got anything to worry about with that. It looks like it's gonna come in through. It's gonna affect Honduras. It's gonna hit Belize, go through Mexico, and come out into the Gulf of Mexico there, and as a tropical depression. So maybe it'll just go away. All right, Doc, are you done playing with your pump?
Un chino se coló.
Miss Kitty, if you could go outside and turn Doc off and then turn him back on again, we'd appreciate it.
I mean, how many of you all watch NCIS? Yeah, I'm going to pull Denozo and slap him upside his head.
Absolutely fantastic. KC4, DOC. Back to Net Control. How's it going in Miami? We feel pretty good here. 83 degrees. And fantastical. I'm sorry, I was encrypted at the moment, since that's what we're talking about.
Encrypted. Oh, God. Well, were you trying to imitate one of those Panasonic voice inversion 49 megahertz cordless phones? Oh, God. By the way, talking about that hurricane, something I did notice, and, Oscar, I know you got family over there in Honduras. This thing is like going to take a very, very slow walk through Honduras. It's making landfall. Well, it made landfall tonight, and it is going to be there Friday, Saturday, finally Sunday. It'll be exiting, and it is going really slow. So there might be flood situations over there. If you got family over there like Oscar does, you might want to check up on them. All right, Fruto, ¿estás vivo? You gonna check in, or you're just gonna sit there and tomar cerveza?
But si I check in before. Okay, KJ4, Zulu, my India, no traffic. Un addendum.
Y Fruto, tú no checking nada, tú checking ahora. Diga, Oscar, go ahead with your traffic.
Yeah, the QSL, thank you for the traffic. Oh, it's gonna cross Honduras in the north side by the islands. It's gonna be suffered in the whole north coast, of the Honduras over there. And it's gonna cross in top of the islands, Utila, Wanaja, and Roatan. It's gonna be a big mess over there, man. But the flooding, maybe by the mountains, over there is some big mountain. It's just no doubt about it that thing is gonna mess with that. They're not gonna go to the city where I'm from. It's gonna be rainy like hell. Like Mitch. You remember Mitch in '98? Mitch is guest standing over there 4 days. So it's gonna be messy. Uh, I don't know. Everywhere is messy. You see Spain with the flooding, with the rain. Mexico the same thing. Guatemala with the same thing, and now it's Central America and the coast of Honduras. So everybody's watching, So not much to do from here. Just pray God, that nothing happening over there, So my family is okay, my house is all right over there, and the things, are safe. So and that way, I feel, all right. But back to you, Wiki for THM.
Yes, I remember Mitch, man. How can I forget that? And this thing is it's hitting as a storm, not a hurricane, a tropical storm, but still, it is taking a slow tour of the northern part of Honduras, man. Look at the map on the National Hurricanes Center. You'll see what I'm talking about. So there's going to be some bad news for those folks over there. All right, I think we got everybody. Don't know if there's anybody out there in Radio Land that wants to check in. I wonder where CLT is. He's usually here. CLT is not here. And Pedrito is, I don't know, weekend at Bernie's. I don't know what's going on with Pedrito. So let's see if we got any check-ins via radio. Please come now.
Hey, late chicken, K4YGK. I had to do something when you started calling names. I wasn't here when you called my name, so but I'm back. Good evening, everyone.
Oye, Pedrito. Oye, no, fuera de jodera, you okay, bro? Everything all right? We've been worried about you, man. We're wondering where you were. You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. No, you know what's happening? I'm trying to learn how to use Fusion 360. That's a CAD program, and I'm trying to learn how to use it. Well, I know how to use it, but use it in a better way and more, learn more tricks.
Ah, well, okay. Well, hey, man, whatever you got to do to better yourself, learn something new, by all means. Yeah, that's important. I don't know. We just wanted to make sure you're okay because we see you're connected, and then nobody can get a hold of you, and as long as you're okay, man, you're good. That's all that matters. So glad to hear from you. Now let's see if we got anybody else in there in RF land, anybody in radio land that wants to check in. Please come now.
I'm sorry, I received a call y me tumbó la esto por aquí. No, me he estado en otras cosas. Me he estado entreteniendo ahí en YouTube, aprendiendo Fusion 360 para el 3D printer, para poder hacer cosas más sofisticadas. And I've been doing that. That's what I've been doing. So, but I'm okay. I'm alive.
Well, good to hear there, man. As long as you're alive, that's all we wanted to know. Anybody else out there in RF land that wants to check in before we close the net?
Hello, you, Pedrito.
Buenas noches ahí, 55. I'm sorry, man, but I have to go. I gotta go eat.
Don't worry, bro. Just nice to hear you. Take care.
All right, I don't see anybody new on the Zello list there. So let's go ahead and call it 8 o'clock. 8 p.m. November 14th. The end of the net for tonight. And Miss Kitty, I'll send you a link. Well, I don't know if I got your number, but I got Doc's number. So I'll send Doc a link to that whole Meshtastic thing. So go grab his phone and you can pluck the link off of there. You could.
Hay una aquí en Broward. Oye, no sé si es el TY Park, el Palmyra Park, el allá, el Parque de los Niggers, el de Nigger Park.